What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Black Ink Cruise Season 7, Episode 5. Excuse the lighting. It's a little dark in here. My light went out. Put a light bulb in. It's not the right light bulb, so it's not as bright as it's supposed to be. We'll work it out. Um, but, so this episode, it was, okay. The first like 10-15 minutes was just the aftermath of the New Orleans fight. They still trying to fight. Caesar's still trying to go out there. Everybody is telling him, calm down. You got too much to lose, including the producer. Like, whenever you see them break the wall, what they call it, the fifth wall, fourth wall, you know it's some good shit. It's some real shit. And you saw the executive producer telling Caesar, look, you got too much to lose. Like, chill out. And you know they always good for a fight. That's how you knew that shit was real. That it wasn't no staged shit. It wasn't no control situation. And they're telling Caesar, keep your ass in the house. Because he actually ran back out at one point. But they were like, keep your ass in the house. Like, Donna had him in the bathroom and was trying to, cool him down. Gave him a wet towel and everything. And we've all been there. Well, I'm going to say we all. But if you've ever been at that point where you're that angry, like, people are trying. And the good thing is that there are people that have your best interest at heart around you that are telling you not to do it. The best thing was that everybody was telling him not to do it, except for Walt. Walt ass was tripping. You know how you always in a fight, and it's always that one dude on the side who really ain't do shit, wasn't in shit, but they the loudest one talking shit? Okay. And I'm not saying Walt wasn't in a fight. I'm just saying. Um, even Sky ran back out there with bottles. Like, so everybody started to calm down, and, Sky was like, look, I'm good, I'm okay, look at my face, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me. They're trying to calm him down. But everybody is still really pissed off. And Sky even said, to Sky's credit, Sky said, look, I hit him first. Like, I was wrong. I hit him first. And Ted was like, yeah, but he ain't supposed to hit you back. Like, you know better than that, da-da-da-da-da. But to Sky's credit, she did say, look, I was wrong. I hit him first. Respect that, because you were, and you did. They end up staying another day in New Orleans, I guess, just to make sure everything was everything with the police, because the police actually showed up. And so I guess they had to take care of some business, probably like some real legit shit that they had to take care of before they left. So Kitty finds out that Herb not only worked for a rival tattoo shop, but he basically was the person that orchestrated the vandalism, which I kind of figured that. And I kind of figured that's how that was going down when everybody was like, yeah, we don't like Herb. We got a bad vibe off of him, blah, blah, blah. So Herb was the snitch. I mean, not the snitch, but, so Caesar was like, so he was a mole. He was infiltrating my shit, blah, blah, blah. He was like, who hired him? Who hired him? And so Kitty was like, I think it was Alex. So this is Alex's fault? Everything I did for him, he fucking up my shop? And I'm like, Caesar, he didn't do it on purpose. Like, he didn't purposely say, let me hire the dude that's going to tear up the shop. Like, that's not even... But Caesar's mad, and you're not rational when you're mad. And he needs somebody to blame, and so it's going to be Alex. Back in New York. Okay, this is the dumbest, craziest storyline. Bay was overwhelmed with the situation at the shop. She was there by herself, so she puts out information on social media that she needs help. Why in the fuck is that where you think you're going to get some help? I don't know. But who shows up is Rich and Puma. And they basically end up taking over the shop and having a party. They got strippers, they got this, they got that. And they vandalized, they put a big old sign over the shop, because what's his name of his shop? Art to Ink, something like that. I think, no, Art to Ink. And so Melody sees all this stuff and she's like, babe, what the fuck happened? Like, why was Puma in the shop? And Babe pleads her story. She was like, look, and I'll be honest with y'all. She was like, and I'm going to be honest, I was already mad because they left me here by myself. So, low-key, I kind of let it happen. But then it got out of hand, and I realized that they kind of took advantage of the situation. So Melody helps her clean up the shop. Like, you better not let Puma find out. I mean, you better not let C's find out what happened, And she was like, because you will be fired on spot. Like, that there's certain lines you just can't cross with Caesar, and that's one of them. We also found out Alex's dad is sick. He has something, it wasn't congestive heart failure, but it was something dealing with his heart, and his blood is not circulating properly, and that it could be fatal. And he found out that he has to have surgery. And Alex was like, well, when did you find out? He said, I've known for a while, but I was just really scared. And it was a real moment. His dad's crying. And if you saw last season, you saw where his dad is one of them old school people that feel like tears are a sign of weakness or something. So for his father to be sitting there crying and then allow it to be on camera, you know that that's real. Alex opens up to Donna and asks her to be there. She's like, I'll be there. And he said, it means a lot that she would be there for me, for my dad's surgery and everything. And we see his dad actually going into the surgery, and he has his son with him, and it's a moment. It's definitely a moment. So back at the shop, Caesar comes in. Everybody's at the shop. You know how they do. They sitting around, they talking. Caesar comes into the shop. Now, Alex comes into the shop to do a tattoo. He said he's just trying to keep his mind off everything, so he's doing a tattoo. Caesar comes in there and he wants to talk to Alex. So he confronts Alex about him hiring her. But Alex was like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't purposely hire him. Like, I didn't know. How would I know? How was I supposed to know that this dude was a mole? Like, he was going to do that. Like, I saw his work. I thought he was good people. I hired him. And Caesar is like just going off on Alex. And Alex is like, you know what, real talk though, I can't deal with this right now. Like, I got some real shit going on. And honestly, Caesar, I really don't give a fuck about the shop. I don't give a fuck about New Orleans. I don't give a fuck about none of this. And I got a client in the back that I got to finish handling. So, of course, Caesar is like, what? Like, did this motherfucker just dismiss me? So he even more pissed off. He flips over the couch. And guess what? There's a flyer under the couch from Art to Ink. So now he like, how the fuck did these flyers get in my shop? So Bay has to tell him what happened. Because they had told Jaden, they had told Sky and them. And Sky told them point blank, either you telling Caesar or I'm telling Caesar. But Caesar's going to find out that Puma was up in this shop. So you better he hear from you than hear from me. They tell Caesar. Of course, Caesar flips out even more. He runs out the shop. He telling the cameras, get the fuck out my face. He's like, look, I can't trust nobody. I can't trust nobody. Everybody out to get me. So he's having a moment that really started with the whole New Orleans situation that has spilled over. So Caesar's really processing, and it's ugly. Then we see Tati and Teddy flirting. I don't know if that's going anywhere. I don't know if it's just going to be a hit it and quit it. Like, I really don't know what the deal is with that. But they go on like a little date, and they playing pool, and they flirting, and she feeling him, and he feel whatever. That's going to be some shit is what it's going to be. It's going to be a whole bunch of mess. So, we flip back to the surgery. The surgery went well. His father's in recovery. Everything is cool. But what I found interesting was I didn't see Donna. I kept looking because it looked like it was other family members there. Some people's faces were blurred and stuff like that. But I was like, I don't know. Matter of fact, I even rewound it. I was like, I don't see Donna. So I think that's going to be interesting. Then we get back to the shop. We see Caesar's cleaning up or doing whatever he's doing. And all of a sudden he hears somebody come in the shop, and then he hears some glass break, and so he like, what's going on? He come out, and it's Rich, and Rich is taking some pictures. So Caesar's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing in my shop? He was like, these are mine. He was like, what are you talking about? You gave me these pictures. He said, no, when I was working here, but I don't work here anymore. Now my thing is this. First of all, if you was really that concerned about those pictures, one, you should have took them when you left. Two, weren't you just in the shop partying and having a good time? You should have took them shits then. And three, if they really, really were that important to you and they meant something to you, at some point you would have found time to come and get them before now. Of course, the scene plays out. They try to fight each other. I think Caesar actually does get him a few times, but security breaks it up. And then Rich starts talking about, man, I love you. I love you like a brother, and I always will. And he's crying and shit. And Caesar is looking at him like, and of course they flashing back to everything they've been through with the whole situation with Rich and his drugs and his relapses and all that other stuff, fucking up tattoos and stuff. And Caesar was like, look, you were my best friend. Like, I had your back. I was there for you. But at this point, we're done. Like, there's a point of no return. And me and you have hit that point of no return. Like, we're done. And, of course, Rich is all upset and crying, and he leaves the shop. Personally, I think Rich has relapsed again. Like, that crying was some different kind of shit. Like, that I don't know. It was something behind that cry. And I feel like he relapsed. Also, that was a real crackhead move for him to come up in the shop in the middle of the night and take some goddamn pictures that's been sitting there for however long it's been since he left the shop. It was last season, so it was at least 4 or 5 months ago. That was a crackhead move right there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But that was some, ooh, can I borrow your VCR kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I just, and then he told Caesar, this is much my shop as it is yours. I help you build up this shop. Caesar was like, what? What are you talking about? And he was like, that's what's wrong with you now. You're not down with the people who were there with you from the beginning. And Caesar's just looking at this dude like, what are you talking about? I feel like he relapsed, and I don't know if that's going to be a storyline or if that's some real shit. But something wasn't right about that. And like I said, that was a crackhead. That was a real crackhead move. But that was pretty much all this episode gave, y'all. It wasn't a whole lot with this. Like I said, they spent a lot of time on that fight in New Orleans, and then I feel like they setting us up for what's going to come. Sky got a dog, and she gonna do what Sky do. She had her at the boutique buying all kinds of shit for the puppy, that kind of thing. But other than that, nothing really. I feel like this review was really short, but it ain't really give me nothing. All right, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.